Nathan, bitterly disappointing 100th game in charge this afternoon. Your thoughts on 3-0 home defeat by Coventry?
Yeah, look, I'm disappointed. I mean, credit to Coventry, they came, they defended, they had a game plan. It was, the game lacked a real flow to it, and as I said, we were having to try and create that, but we couldn't. They got a goal early on, you know, out of nothing, but they defended resiliently. We know they've got the best defensive record, and you know, we tested it. Keepers made off some good saves, we've missed chances, and look, I'm disappointed, but as you said, we've been on a good run so far this season, this month. It's just disappointing to finish the month in you know, with 1 point from the 2 games.
It's been a hugely frustrating first half because passing moves sort of seemed to break down. The odd pass would go astray and it would come to nothing. And obviously, once they'd got the goal, it suited them, didn't it, to sit in and hold on to that.
Yeah, we knew the first goal would be vital, you know, because against those they don't come out very often. They came here and they defended well, hit us on the counter attack in the second half. But first half, with giving them that goal and switching off a little bit from across, that set the tone really. But we weren't really, we didn't look sharp enough first half. We gave the ball away every time we went into a front three. It didn't stick. We didn't have that platform that we normally have. So look, that's the disappointing thing from us. Look, we still had enough chances to have got something out of the game, but it wasn't to be. And then look, we got a bit ragged towards the end after Glenn got sent off, and then we've lost the game.
You made the changes. Obviously, Johnny Mullins had to come in for Alan Sheehan, who was suspended, and Johnny was the first one to be substituted when Pelly came on and Andrew Shinnie came on. It injected a bit of life into the attack, and as you say, we had plenty of chances, didn't we?
We did. Look, at 1-0 we had chances, you know. The keeper's made a great save from Shins. Hills has had a couple. We've got in behind them, but we dwelt a little bit too much. We didn't really have that snap today. And I said, it's been a big month in terms of that. And look, it's shown, you know. But you know, 1 defeat in 10. So we've got last time we lost was here to Swindon, 3-0, having someone sent off again. So we need, you know, make sure we got to go back on the run that we've just been on. But look, it's disappointing. But as I said, on the whole, the month it's been a positive one, and that's what we've got to take from it.
It's been a huge month, hasn't it? It's been a lot of travelling, some really big games. We set up, you know, what a tough month it looked on paper, sort of 5 or 6 weeks ago, and we've come out of it. We're third today, but you know, we've had a good spell at the top and put some great results together. Yeah,
look, we've got 10 points from the month, so that means we've 5 games. We've had 2 points from the games from the month, so it's been a good return. You know, we would have taken that. That's what we set. We wouldn't have taken it after after the extra game, for example, because we had 2 games left and we felt we could at least have looked 1-1. But look, that's the way it goes, you know. The ones you expected to win, you don't. The ones that are really tough ones, you win. And I said, we've shown we've been in a good run of form. We have to dust ourselves down now, and because we've got a couple of cup games coming up before we're back in league action.
Is that a frustration now that we can't get back into league action because we've got the 2 cup games, or use that as a little break to, you know, to refresh everybody? Yeah,
look, I think we've got to use it as a little bit of a break, because I think with you know, the players we've had the demand from them and stuff, so we've got to regroup. We've got to regroup now. We've got 2 cup games coming up where the squad will be tested, and then we'll lead back into the Cheltenham game with, you know, when we resume league action.
We know we've seen the character from this group before. You know, as you mentioned the Swindon game earlier, they bounced back in great style. No questions about they'll be right up to get back on the bike, won't they?
Of course, and look, it's not get too down. It's disappointing, and I'm really disappointed. Never mind it's the 100th game or anything. I'm disappointed to lose the game. And look, you lose games of football. What you've got to do is make sure that you bounce back. You know, the best teams, Man United lost last week and have bounced back this week. So that's what good teams do, and that's what we have to make sure that we do. So, you know, it's a little bit of a diversion now in terms of, as you said, with the next 2 weeks. But when we resume and we go to Cheltenham, then we've got to be right back at it.
Thanks, Nathan.
Cheers, thank you.